Did you know that if you were to take out a loan, you'd have 30 years to pay it off? But if you were to rob a bank, you'd be out in 10 and 8 with good behavior. I am Carlson. Please follow and subscribe for more financial advice. Let's get into it. UFC Vegas 17 is here. It's the last event of the year. We've been spoiled. We've been spoiled this 2020 of entertainment. So many leagues weren't doing it. The UFC was the only one doing it for a period of time. Now everybody else is joining in on the fun. There were a lot of y'all expecting the UFC to fail and fall flat on their face. There were a lot of y'all playing the morality police saying, we aren't going to watch this. This is bad for the athletes. But there y'all were watching these motherfucking events acting like you weren't interested. Well, guess what? You weren't fooling anyone. Stop acting like you're better than this. Stop acting like you're above this when you turn around and watch it. If you aren't watching it and you haven't watched any event this year, I have nothing to say to you. Props to you. But you're also ill-informed and a loser. But for those of y'all who pretend like y'all aren't about it and are still watching it, cut that out too. Anyway, let's talk about the main events. Stephen Wonderboy versus Jeffneal. I love these guys so much. These are my two favorite welterweights on the planet. I think either one of them could win the title, and the winner of this should be positioned to compete for the title after Usman locks horns with Gilbert Burns. This is going to hurt me to say. This is going to hurt me to say a lot. At first glance, I would think that Stephen Wonderboy would win this fight. But the commonality between him and fighting opponents of this caliber is this. He will have 24 minutes of perfection, or 2 of 3 rounds of perfection. And in the last minute of every single round, he will get dropped and either lose via points or get TKO'd. How do I know? Anthony Pettis. Tearing Anthony Pettis up. Gets clipped in the last minute of the round. Finished. Fighting Woodley. Gets clipped in the last minute of the 4th or 5th round. Gets dropped. Loses via points. Doesn't win the title. Happens again. Gets dropped by Woodley in the last minute of a round. Would have won the fight. Would have won the fight by 1 points. Loses via draw. What happens against Vera until dropped in the last minute, loses via points, would have won the fight probably. This is the problem though when he fights heavy-handed people. His style is so tough to deal with, but it's taxing for 25 straight minutes. And when you have that hands-down style and someone counters you, you're probably going down. Especially when it's Jeffneal at the back of those punches. They call him hands of steel, but he disguises those hands with kicks, and I think that's what's going to happen in this fight. I think Stephen Wonderboy Thompson is going to be conservative, going to come out a little bit active, just point fighting with his fist, and Jeffneal is going to bide his time and wait for Wonderboy to make a mistake, and there's TKO him with hands. Or maybe he disguises his head kick with some hands, and you see him hit the floor. There's going to be a lot of shocked people, and I know people aren't going to believe this. They don't want to see Wonderboy lose, but he's probably going to lose this fight. And it hurts me to say because I think that Wonderboy with his style would cause problems with Kamaru Usman, because Kamaru Usman would be forced to kickbox until he could consistently close the range in order to grapple with him. And I don't think he'd be able to consistently if Wonderboy wasn't able to, I'm not even going to get into that because it doesn't matter because he's not going to win the fight anyway. But Jeffneal fighting Usman, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure who wins that fight. At the top of my mind, I want Jeffneal to win, but I like Kamaru Usman. I like Jeff. Anyway, Chito Vera is coming off of an impressive win over Sean O'Malley. I picked Sean O'Malley to blow him out of the water, but I acknowledge Chito Vera's ability, and I said that he should have been in the top 10 before that fight took place. I just didn't think that he would beat Sean O'Malley. He did it impressively. What y'all saying that it was a fluke, I don't believe that was a fluke one bit. He TKO'd Sean O'Malley, and that's it. But all that being said, he ain't beating Jose Aldo. I know y'all thought I was going to say that he was going to beat Aldo, but that's not going to happen. Why? Because of this reason. Jose Aldo loses fights when he has to go 25 minutes because the training camp wears on him, and then when he gets into firefights, he puts way too much on the output, and then can't maintain that for the remainder of the fight, and then people capitalize on him and TKO him. You saw him against Holloway twice. You saw him when he did it against Yan. But I don't think Marlon Vera has the firepower to get Aldo out of there, especially in 3 rounds. I thought Marlon Vera beat Song Yadong when they fought. Don't mistake me, but Song Yadong did enough to get the judges to think that he won by making it dirty, by forcing him to fight in the clinch and forcing him to box. You can't box like that against Jose Aldo and not have an answer, whether your answer is supreme defense or hard and heavy hands. I don't think Vera has the arsenal to go toe-to-toe with Aldo at this one. He's the king of Rio, for goodness sakes. Y'all act like this man is done just because he's lost, 4 out of his last 7? But he's fought the elite. Same as how y'all act like Tony Ferguson is done with his career, even though he's only lost 2 fights in 7 years. I saw so many tweets on Twitter, people saying, Tony's done enough for the fans. It's okay for him to try. Y'all are crazy. He can win 1 or 2 more fights and be right back in the title picture, but y'all are just acting like it's done for him. Are y'all fans of the sport or not? Or did y'all just start watching the sport this year? Goodness gracious, y'all give me arthritis in my brain and in my back when I see these tweets and I see these stupid bogus claims. Y'all always drill me for my takes, but then y'all turn around and say some stuff like this. Bullshit. Anyway, Let's talk about the fight before that. Chaos Williams versus Michelle Pereira. Y'all love Michelle Pereira's dancing and flipping style and his acrobatics and all of the athleticism, but guess what? He ain't winning this fight. He's not going to win this fight. He's going to get knocked out. Chaos Williams has 2 fights in the UFC, and the total fight time is like 57 seconds. And it's not full brute aggression. It's him sizing you up, walking you down, and landing strikes, and people just aren't willing to take it. They can't take it. He's just, he has, for you to TKO Razak Hassan, I'm sorry, I messed up his name. You have to have some serious power because that guy brings it. He has heavy hands, and he's a tough fight to take. For Chaos to go out there and do it that quickly, it's scary. It's scary. And I don't see any scenario where Michelle Pereira can win this fight unless he's able to just grapple him. Unless Michelle Pereira just says, I'm going to abandon my game plan. I'm just going to turn into Kamaru Usman, clinch him up against the cage, and foot stomp for my dear life. I don't see him winning. You guys always talk about how great and dynamic he is. If he was so great and dynamic, why didn't he finish Diego Sanchez? If there is that large of a size gap between him and Diego Sanchez, why didn't he finish him? And I'm not going to sit here and say that Diego won that fight just because of his confidence. Diego ain't win that fight. Diego lost that fight and he was getting absolutely dismantled. But the fact of the matter is, if you were that much better than someone, shouldn't you finish them? It's kind of your duty to do that sort of thing. But that didn't happen, which is why I don't hold him in that high a regard as many people. He's exciting. He ain't as exciting as Chaos Williams. Chaos Williams is going to knock him out dead. Y'all always think that I'm bad with these picks, but guess what? I told y'all about Jamal Hill beating OSP. I told y'all about Kevin Holland TKO and Jacare in the first round. Y'all going to doubt me with this one too? And the second one and the first one, guess what? Doubt me all you want. Doubt me all you want. I'm going to keep sitting back. I'm going to keep predicting them correctly. And when I'm wrong, I'm acknowledge I'm wrong, though. I'm not going to hide behind and say I didn't say that. I'll acknowledge I'm wrong. Moving on, we got Marlon Moraes versus Rob Font. I think Marlon Vera KOs him in the first round, maybe the second round. A lot of y'all are starting to abandon ship from the Marlon train, and you are wrong for that. This guy has the power. He has the skill set. He has the ability. He just takes the wrong approach sometimes. I didn't think he should have lost to Corey Sandhagen. Granted, Corey came out with a great game plan and TKO'd him with a head kick. It was beautiful. It was a phenomenal head kick. But I think that Marlon Vera should have, not Marlon Vera, Marlon Moraes. Goodness gracious, his name isn't Marlon Vera. I felt like he came out with the wrong game plan against Corey Sandhagen. After I saw Corey get out-grappled by Aljamain Sterling and get submitted in the first round in under 30 seconds, you know what I would have done as Marlon? I would have grappled with him. Marlon has such great grappling. You see how he finishes people off his back. You see him finishing people multiple different which ways. He has the ability to grapple. Maybe he didn't think that he was as great of a grappler as Corey Sandhagen. That's fine. If that is what it is, then great. Corey's better than him. But I don't think that was the case. I just felt like he thought that he was just going to knock out Corey, and so he went out there with that intention and didn't go his way. But we got Talia Santos versus Gillian Robertson. Oh my goodness. Montana De La Rosa was granted clemency from her death sentence because Talia Santos was going to, I know I shouldn't have said that. That was messed up. But I'm still going to say it anyway. Talia Santos was going to light her up like a Christmas. No, not even like a Christmas. She was going to light her up like a spliff. It wasn't going to be pretty. It was going to be bloody. And y'all were going to realize just how great that woman is. Now, you get a second opportunity. I don't think Gillian Robertson is going to be able to grapple her. I don't think Gillian Robertson is going to be able to get started. I said it last time. Talia Santos is like GDR at 125 pounds. She's long. She throws strikes like it's a whip. Oh my goodness, there are so many people who are going to be in trouble when Talia Santos gets her hands on you. It's going to be over. She is one of my dark horses for the division. She shouldn't even be a dark horse. People should be thinking that she's going to be competing for a title, but a lot of people don't either know about her or don't acknowledge her skill set. Her, Viviane Araújo, and Jessica Andrade are the three people to give Valentina Shevchenko the toughest fights. Not saying that they're going to beat her, but they're going to give her the toughest fights out of everybody. I love Jessica Andrade. Maybe she could get it done. Probably not, though. I like Viviane Araújo, but she gets tired a lot, and so maybe Valentina Shevchenko just grapples her for 15 minutes and then just TKOs her with strikes. But Talia Santos is going to be a tough one for Valentina Shevchenko. Talia is going to be a tough one. Moving on, though, we got the heavyweight division. Yes, Marcin Tybura versus Greg Hardy. Sorry to tell you, Greg Hardy is going to win this fight. I'm sorry to tell you. He's going to win the fight just like he won the last one, and I don't think Marcin got anything for him. And the scary thing is Greg Hardy's getting better, too. So if y'all are expecting him to get knocked out, there's only 4 or 5 people in the division that actually have a legitimate chance of knocking him out. And 4 or 5 of them aren't going to be fighting him anytime soon. Obviously, Stipe Miocic can knock him out. Obviously, Francis Ngannou can knock him out. Obviously, Jazier Rosenstreich can knock him out. Who else? Who else am I thinking of right now? Missing with that Tai Tuivasa. I heard somebody say Tai Tuivasa can knock him out. That ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen at all. Greg Lewis. Why did I say Greg Lewis? Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis can do it. And I can't think of the other. Curtis Blades could probably TKO him with ground and pound. But those are it. Those are the 5 people who have the chance of knocking him out. So unless he's fighting those people, Mystery was saying he's going to get knocked out by X Fighter. Mystery was saying that this person's going to beat him because it's not going to happen, guys. So stop hoping for it. Stop waiting on it because it's just not going to happen. Anyway, news that is coming out. We are going to be dropping that Jamal Hill highlight reel. We are also going to be dropping either a Chaos Williams or a Talia Santos highlight reel. We're going to make sure that we keep it balanced. We love our women. We love our male fighters too. We're going to make sure we put out content for everybody equally. I'm dropping the highlight reel this weekend. This weekend. It's my choice of which one I'm dropping though. But it's dropping this weekend for certain. So thank you guys so much for keeping up with me. I am Kairos. Please like, subscribe, comment down. Who do you think is winning the co-main event? Who do you think is winning the main event? And your picks as well. And maybe we'll do a giveaway. Maybe we won't though. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Kairos. It's the right time and the right place. Got the hands for the boom, bitch, I got the hammer in the tomb.